First off, shout out to the woman in my life that raised me. Mom, Shara, Grammy, Jessie, Keisha, Tasha, Ingrid, Melly. They taught me how to treat a woman. Do them little things to please a woman. Never put your hands on, never beat a woman. If it gets too stressful, then lead a woman. That's why I don't cheat a woman. I appease a woman. Keep it G woman. Look at two of mine, and I read the woman. RESPECT a woman. She play hard to get, not a needs woman. So I use foreplay to tease a woman. She find that she got that jello. So who needs to put in that?
What's up, world? You miss me? I miss you too. I had to take a little step back, a little break, just to make some improvements, Gotta do it. Gotta always constantly have that growth. That's what Dean Music Production Entertainment is about. It's about that growth. That's the concept. That video right there is the video for my new single, It's Your World. It's incredible, man. If you haven't seen it, or you want to see it again, click that box right here. Yeah, man, doing big things, man. Gotta make it happen. Recently, I had a great conversation with an incredible spirit, in Akwaman. Not you.
Oops.
With Kev from Akwaman Beats. It's a good dude, man. Good spirit, high vibrations. That conversation, I enjoyed it a lot. It was very informative, and we spoke so long, man. I had to split that to three separate videos to share with y'all, Don't want to make any video draw out too long, but at the same time, all the information that discussions that we had on there, I need to share with y'all, so stay tuned. But today, I had brought him along to discuss 10 ways how to make or break your beats. Let's get into it. Welcome
To the DEEEAAANXperience. I'm in the still.
If you haven't already, follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Twitter, all that. I'm all over. As well as, click this link below. That's the website. Subscribe, click that notification bell, like, share this video. It helps it a lot. First way to make your beats is use better sounds. You know what I mean? Instead of going to them 16-bit sounds, step it up. 32-bit sounds. You get a lot better sound quality. And yeah, the beats will sound a whole lot better.
I'll definitely say silence to compliment what you were saying, because silence is a huge focus of mine.
Next one, adding breaks to beats. It's imperative to you add breaks to beats, just to switch it up, switch up the flow of the beat. It sounds better when the artist is flowing on the beat and then it has that break. It's just dope. It just has a lot more impactful, Like, for example, see, these little intros coming into it. Break. Okay, that's it. Hold on, I ain't giving too much away right so soon. Hold on. That'll be available very soon, but hold up. But you get my point.
But yeah, then transients, like sharp transients, that especially in modern music production, sharp transients seems to be the thing, whether it's the kicks or the snares or the hi-hats, or even the instrumentation, the melodic flux, all the harps, all that kind of like real. And I guess just for anybody listening who may not know what a transient is, just basically the sharp hit and release of a song when it attacks, or a sound when it attacks the speaker.
As soon as it hits.
Yeah.
Next one is building a workflow. Knowing your direction, where you want to go. Knowing you're having a standard way of how you can create your beats. Pretty much it's kind of like, okay. I mean, it changes from time to time. You're going to start with a melody first, but you build from there. Like, for me personally, start from the melody. Then I'm going to start building the drums, get the kick in there. Then I'm going to get the snare and get in there. Then after that, after I get my kicks, get my sound selection in there and get everything down on the track. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to format and so on and so forth. Format, then start the mixing, then master it. You know, obviously a few steps in between, back and forth, but I'm just speaking the general basis. You get the gist of what I'm saying. So, establishing a workflow is extremely important. You must establish a workflow.
Yeah, contrast is a huge thing. So contrasting elements. So that relates back to the sound and silence, but also major to minor, or you know, loud to soft, or you know, drums on to drums off, or yeah, just basically all the contrast, left to right, in to out. You know, one instrument talking to another instrument, just contrast. Like a relationship and contrast in the music is so huge.
The next way to make it beats is adding some reverb. That gives it that space, you know, that's necessary to have your beats. So, yeah. Like that, for example. Hear this flute. Say it, play it again. Hear this flute. This is pretty dry. Now check this out. This is with reverb. You see how much space now it gives it? You feel me?
Oh, so lows to highs. This is something I've kind of started to, you know, develop a theory around, but I've noticed it in a lot of the mixes that I study, as well as my own, that I've really enjoyed, or that other people give good response to, is when the lows are high and when the highs are low, and you have that nice balanced curve ranging from, you know, maybe your 808s and your kicks being in like the louder end, and then your highs and stuff being at the lower end of volume, because then, you know, the high frequencies pierce the mix fast, and the low ones don't. And so if you invert the highs and lows on their volumes curve, then it almost always comes out golden. It always be subtly different. Sometimes you will have those highs a little up, but like
highs might be a little harsh. You just gotta just lower that. So some of that off.
Now the last one. It coincides. One thing you gotta realize, all these definitely coincide together. All of these lessons coincide together. So these are all very important. Whatever you decide to take from this, is what you take. But the last one will be adding some delays. And they actually can create some cool melodic sequences, you know, so like, go for it. Like, I'm gonna use the same loop right here. Same loop. This is without it. This is with it. You hear that little extra melodic information that's in there? Yes.
I think my last one would be stereo. So like really getting into stereo imaging, and like this relates back to the lows and highs. Like I really like to put as much of my highs into like the far width, or the furthest spread within my mix, and then I like to keep my lows centered, which is pretty commonplace with a lot of producers too, like, you know, having the bass end or kick maybe more centered. And then I like to put tremolo on a lot, of things too, especially with high sounds.
Definitely.
The high sounds, like hi-hats especially. Oh, I love tremolo, like just bringing it, like, because that's the one thing I think that's helped me evolve, like in over, what's 2020, so about 12 years, like maybe not consistently going at it. I have seasons in and out of the production, but the last 3 years I've been going really hard consistently. And like I'd say the biggest transformation within my mind as an engineer and as just like a sound creator and producer was really upping my stereo imaging, and really realizing that like that's a whole nother dimension, that you really bring motion and life and character into your sound.
Yeah, it's, like you said, motion and life. Without that stereo engine, everything is in the center. It's like,
yeah.
So.
And I used to do that a lot. I used to
I've
do
done
a
it
lot.
too.
Yeah,
I have stuff I know. It's you live and learn.
yeah. Never
You
ending
live and learn.
learning, but yeah.
That's 10 ways how you make your beats. Now, how you break them. Oh, this is gonna be fun. One way you could break your beats is using stop sounds. Trust and believe, I have a lot of experience in using those back then when I was starting out. Trust and believe. And from time to time, you gotta catch yourself. You know what I mean? If you're just starting out, you may not know what stock sounds sound like. You know what I mean? Pretty much what they are is just the sounds that you have in your door, like the basic sounds. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I need to probably refer back to like Logic 9 out this month. I'll be honest. Or even the older version of Logic 10, Logic Pro, you know. These stock sounds is not really too stocky. Hold on. Not too bad. The close is more like this, but this is not bad. I ain't gonna lie. It's not bad. I'm going through all of this. I'm used to be stock sounds, in the stock plugins. Pretty much stock sounds are the sounds that come from the stock plugins in your door. Pretty much. Without any manipulation done to them. Nothing, no movement or anything. It just sounds dead. Monotone. Without manipulating them. You gotta at least add some movement to them sounds to make them interesting and sound pleasant to the ear in this day and age.
So my first one off the top was trying to identify and get away from mud. Mud is going to be one of those big things that's a very common thing within a novice mixer, or a novice ear to sound. And it's easy to do. So so mud is definitely a break it.
Next way how you could break your beats is using repetitious loops. No sort of modulation, no sort of variation, no sort of nothing. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna use one of my beats and show you. You can see that you focus over here. You will see I just got a loop. I just got one just looped out. It ain't formatted or nothing yet. And there's some people that actually make their beats like this, like finalize their beats like this. I'm gonna play it. That's not the greatest example because even with the loop, I still have variations on the 2 and the 4 and the 8. But it's kind of like just the same loop going over and over and over and over and over. Eventually, you're just gonna do this. You're just gonna nod off. So try to avoid that.
Another thing that'll break it is trying to make something sound better or fuller by turning the volume up strictly. That'll also bring mud. So yeah, that.
Next way you can break your beats is neglecting to tune your instruments. Like you can have a melody that's in C# major. You need to make sure all your instruments are within that scale. You need to make sure all the instruments are within that scale, or else the beat's not gonna sound right at all. You're gonna be like, what's going on? Why is it not sounding right? I feel like I've said this before. Maybe I have. Probably that episode right here. Yeah. But I got a beat in your head.
I would say not understanding compression in its most basic, really understand it to a deep level, but I think just like having sounds that are, you know, have levels that are just bouncing all over the place is going to create a lot less clarity within every band of sound, you know.
It's painful to the ear too.
Yeah.
Another way to break your beats is not panning. Check this right here. I learned about the musical spectrum and I learned the spacing of all instruments. You must, or every instrument needs space, you know. So it means you have to pan. If you don't pan, everything is just on top of each other. And it just sounds disgusting, quite frankly. But
long exposure and ear fatigue, that's a huge break it. Because then we start over analyzing the mix, we start overthinking it. So yeah, mixing loud is a break it. And I still need to get better at that because I need to preserve my ears. Yeah, when we have it really low, we can learn to listen that way, you know. It's just quiet listening. So, and that's actually how a lot of professional mixes are done. And that's what I've been learning more and more from all the independent producers that I work with too, is that mixing it, like even not necessarily even mixing the levels low on the mixer, but like even just turning your feedback down, like turning your monitor all the way down or your headphone all the way down or your computer audio like down to where you can almost barely hear the sounds. And if you mix them in to where, you know, you get them all sounding apparent, then when you it's gonna be the best mix ever because you're not digging for it. You're not trying to push the sound out to make it stand out. You're just letting it sit in its pocket.
Another way you could break your beats is having weak kicks and snares or 808s. Like, I never said I never done this before. I definitely have done this before. That's why I'm telling you, I learned from experience. It just doesn't move you. You know, the kicks and the snares are the ones that give you that bop. And the 808s just give you that just like really put you in it. Put you in the zone. They're all weak. You just be like, okay. You know, it's like, yeah. You need to make sure kicks, snares, and your 808s are all strong. Only strong enough for the songs. Every beat is different. Every song is different. But it needs to at least move the people, move the listener. No matter what value you have it at or what strength you have it at, more or less. You can't be weak. Bottom line.
This kind of relates back to the being, you know, just mimicking what's going down, but being unoriginal, you know, that's going to be a break it, you know, because then you're just oversaturated with the rest of the market, and there's no personality, you know.
That's nice. Yeah, it's not like they don't feel your spirit in it at all.
Yeah, it's just a machine.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah, heart. It's got to have heart and soul. These both of our 10 are going to be really good, man. Yeah, I know people will enjoy it, and I'll enjoy it too because I'll reflect on it. And I'll probably be making a mix, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Said.
Yeah, that helps us. I mean, hey,
yeah.
Well, anytime I do tutorials, it's not just for you. It's not just for everybody. It's for me too.
Yep.
That's
what I always say too.
You know,
tutorials, they're little reminders to me.
Yeah, it's like you forget.
You gotta help yourself.
There's so much going on. It's like you easily forget. Oh.
Yeah, it naturally everything flows, but like it's kind of cool to think about this because now when I move forward, I might think, oh, okay, maybe I could work some questions in like that with the different engineers and producers.
Exactly. Now those are 10 ways how to make, 10 ways how to break your beats. I don't claim here to be an expert. Neither does Akwaman. You know, we just here to teach you and to show you what we know. You know, what we've learned from all the mistakes that we made, you know. And trust and believe, we can continue to make mistakes. We continue to learn. That's the only way you continue to grow. You know, it's the only way you continue to grow. Is if you make mistakes, learn from the mistakes, apply what you learn from the mistakes, and continue to grow. That's it. If you enjoyed this video, you know, hit that subscribe button, like, share. You know, it helps the channel a lot, a whole lot, seriously. I appreciate you, everybody that's been tuned in. all my subscribers. I love all y'all, straight up. And I don't throw that word around candidly, but much love. Also, let's connect on the socials. You know, you follow me on Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter. I'm all over. Plus, click that link below. That's the website. There it is. Till next time, one love. You want a more optimized experience with your YouTube? Check out my buddy, your buddy, TubeBuddy. You click the link down below, you get a discount. You know, I appreciate that. Because, you know, I get a little change for that too. Everything is needed. Much love. For more videos of Wttdx and the Stu, click these videos.